He did everything at a very, very high level. The car was built in Huntington Beach, California. And he was a hot rodder, and he wanted to build a state-of-the-art Willys. He was a tall guy. He was like 6'3". And the normal Willys coupe, by the time that you tub the rear wheel wells and you set the engine back, there's very little room in the car, particularly for a guy that is 6'3". And he wanted to have more room in the car, and he kind of wanted an individual car as well. And so what he did is he found an all-steel Willys sedan, and he shortened the car, and he hired Chip Foose's body man, Paco, to do all the body work on this, and it's beautiful, to turn this car into a coupe. And so
Willys XL.
it is a Willys XL, and the wheelbase is just slightly longer than the coupe, which makes them also handle better at speed. And remember, he was an engineer, and all of these things went into his mind. And so he began to build what he thought was the best possible Willys gasser coupe on the planet. That's what he did. And the car is exactly that. It's the nicest Willys gasser I've ever seen, and I've seen a lot of them. Rather than go the I-beam axle in the front, like many of them do, he wanted to drive this car. So this car is independent front suspension, coil over, disc brakes on all four corners. The rear axle is a Curry Strange rear axle, a 4-link with wheelie bars, all of that. Again, rack and pinion steering. He wanted this car to be able to go down the highway just fine. The paint and body on the car. So the paint, the body, the fenders on the body and so forth were widened so that he could fit the tires underneath the fenders so that it's completely street legal. The car is painted midnight black, so you can see everything about it. The body, the all-steel original Willys body, it's perfect. It's absolutely beautiful.
I was noticing it looks as good as a fiberglass paint job. It's that.
Well, yeah, the front nose of the car is a fiberglass tilt front end, but the body itself is a all steel, the original pink slip. It's the real deal. It's a Willys, an all steel original Willys body that has been modified, tubbed, fenders widened in order to accommodate, the drivetrain, the wheels.
Somebody spent a lot of time on that body, it looks like.
Well, yeah, there is. To do the entire body, to shorten the car, to do all that, he had in excess of $70,000 just in the body.
What about the suspension on the Willys?
Okay, the suspension on the Willys, again, the Willys was built to be a driver. So it's got rack and pinion steering, independent front suspension, coilovers. The rear suspension on the car, it is a Curry Strange rear axle and built to handle the power of this engine. And it is a 4-link, disc brakes, with wheelie bars and coilover adjustable suspension.
Okay. Did we talk about the gearbox transmission?
Okay, the gearbox is done by Monster in Florida, and they build Turbo 400 transmissions specifically to run, in competition. In a dragster or a top alcohol car, they run second and third gear only. In this transmission, it's built exactly to those specs to handle this power, but it has all three gears, 248, 148, and 1-to-1, just like a normal Turbo 400.